So the other day we had what I would say a historic election cycle, and one of the biggest results from that election is actually a direct ballot measure from California known as Proposition 50. And that passed. They called it as soon as polls closed. It was called. That's how much it passed. Basically, this is giving the voters giving the California government, the governor, Gavin Newsom, permission to redistrict in direct response to the Republican redistricting efforts in namely Texas, because that's kind of where it all started. Because previously, or I mean, they still do in a sense, California has like an independent redistricting commission that is supposed to stop gerrymandering. So they had to basically pass this proposition by the voters to basically say, hey, for a few years, we're going to gerrymander the shit out of this bitch in direct response to the Republicans. So as a result of that, California Republicans have filed a legal challenging to this redistricting push. This is from Politico. California Republicans file legal challenge to redistricting push. And damn, dude, that's a nice mustache. This dude is looking dapper. Look at that. Look at that. Damn, man. Kind of makes me want to become a California Republican. Who is this attorney? Mark P. Mauser, whatever your last name is. Damn, that's a slick mustache, but fuck your lawsuit though. Anyways, a coalition of California Republicans filed a lawsuit Wednesday challenging Governor Gavin Newsom's recently approved redistricting effort, an immediate attempt to thwart Democrats' gerrymandering plan just hours after their resounding win. And if there is one thing that Republicans have a fetish for, that is just going against the will of the voters. We've seen Republicans just straight up veto and ignore direct ballot initiatives before. So this is, par for the course. The lawsuit, which was filed with the U.S. District Court for the Central District of California, claims the state's move to redraw its congressional lines is unconstitutional and violates the 14th and 15th Amendments for redistricting on the basis of race, specifically to favor Hispanic voters without cause or evidence to justify it. So I'm going to keep it $1.50 with you. This is pretty much what's going on in other legal battles around the country for gerrymandering and redistricting. This is, to be fair, what Democrats are suing in Texas, I believe, over their redistricting efforts for suppressing, I want to say, I don't know if it's the same exact argument, Hispanic voters, it might be black voters, but it basically redistricting to, to suppress one voter group or another, like by race. And it comes to this funny little argument that everyone just has to go mask off. And it's like, no, we're not doing this based on race or nationality or anything like that. Religion. No. We're simply just trying to gerrymander politically to get more seats. This has nothing to do with race. We just want more Democrats to have seats than Republicans. And vice versa. That's what Texas blatantly told in their lawsuits. Like, this isn't racial. This ain't racial, man. We're simply trying to get as many seats as we can and kick as many Democrats as we can from their seats. This is purely political. And, I'm inclined to believe both sides that, yes, this is obviously political. Maybe how it turns out, that's how they have to do it. But I don't know. I'm not defending it here. I'm just saying, like, I don't, this definitely is mostly political, and to just try to, tip the balance of power in the House, because they know they're going to have to pull every lever they can, Republicans, to actually have any semblance of a chance of not getting absolutely blown out in the midterms next year. Anyways, while the Constitution entrusts states with designing congressional districts, the Supreme Court has also held that states may not, without a compelling reason backed by evidence that was in fact considered separate citizens into different voting districts based on the basis of race, the lawsuit reads. And again, it's just like the counter argument that they and that, like, other lawsuits similar that are taking place around the country, it's like we are just gerrymandering. We are trying to draw out the Republican seats. Like, this ain't racial. It's all political, and it's just funny that, like, we've come to the point where it's just so mask off. Like, normally it's this stuff. It's like, we're not gerrymandering. This is just a fair representation and blah blah blah. Now it's like, yeah, we are gerrymandering. It's just funny. The lawsuit filed by the California Republican Party, along with a group of California voters and Republican candidates, is the latest pushback in a growing list of litigation across the country, attempting to counter gerrymandering in the sweeping redistricting war. Since the 2020 census, around 100 lawsuits have been filed in attempts to block the redistricting that would threaten either party's congressional strongholds, including a lawsuit from Virginia Republicans last month and 4 separate suits in September, challenging Missouri redistricting that would favor the GOP. The prospect of a California gerrymander caught conservatives' attention prior to Proposition 50's victory Tuesday night, with former Trump White House strategist Steve Bannon. Oh my God. Why do we take this guy seriously, man? He's a literal Nazi. Like, he is an actual Nazi. Oh, an actual white supremacist, an actual fascist authoritarian dictator. He was just giving interviews about, like, yeah, we have a plan for Trump to win a 3rd term in 2028. Like, why do we give this guy any mention at all? Like, Jesus Christ. This is just one of the grossest people. Just, God, a real fucking eyesore. 2 things I would do if I were Trump, Bannon told Politico magazine. Number 1, get Assistant Attorney General Harmeet Dillon and the Justice Department to go out and file a suit against the scam California Governor Gavin Newsom on this redistricting plan that went against the Constitution of California. I would get the Justice Department to file suit to get a temporary restraining order immediately and then hit this thing and drag it out for a year. But California Democrats have maintained throughout their campaign for Proposition 50 that they are confident the redistricting efforts could survive legal challenges. And this is great. This is an amazing quote that we're about to read here in response to these lawsuits. We haven't reviewed the lawsuit, but if it's from the California Republican Party and Harmeet Dillon's law firm, it's going to fail. Brandon Richards, a spokesperson for Newsom, said in a statement, "Good luck, losers." Bro. Damn, dude. You really have to do them like that? Like, Jesus Christ. Brandon Richards, I see you. Are you the one running Gavin Newsom's Twitter account, the governor, the press office or whatever for Gavin Newsom that just imitates Trump on a daily basis? Damn, dude. Good luck, losers. What lawsuit, man? I haven't reviewed any lawsuit. There's a lawsuit? Well, I haven't reviewed it. But if it's from this fucking douchebag Harmeet Dillon, good luck, losers. Like, ooh. Damn, dude. That's assault. That's mean. Anyways, yeah, like, it's in general, it's just funny that Republicans are suing in California, even though California is probably doing it the most legal way, considering it went to a vote, unlike in, like, Texas and other states. And, like, you guys started this. This was like kind of like a Cold War. Like, everyone kind of gerrymandered. We were all comfortable where we were. Republicans even benefit way more from gerrymandering than Democrats. Don't take my word for it. Just do the research. And then it's like Cold War. It's mutually assured destruction and chaos if one side decides to be like, blatantly, yeah, we're going to gerrymander the, like, one of the largest states and kick out, like, ex-Democrats. Well, you just opened up the floodgates, and you can't get mad when Democrats in one of the biggest Democrat states, blue states, are like, all right, we're going to do the same thing to nullify what you're doing because it's crazy. And then they throw a fit. It's just whatever. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and I will see you in the next one. If you made it to this point in the video, I just want to give a special thank you. If you enjoyed it, please hit that like button down below, and if you really enjoyed it, maybe consider hitting that subscribe button while you're down there. I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. I will try to reply to any and all comments that I can. Until next time, watch that video on screen.